All right, what is up, everyone? This is gonna be part 3 of reviewing the week, and honestly, yes, I'm aware the last 2 were not that productive, if I'm being completely honest, but hopefully this one could be a little more productive. And I'm already kind of spotting something that I'm liking here. We had S&T with Asia High on Friday. Check this out. It's kind of cool. S&T with Asia High. I guess technically it's a high prior to Asia High. Still S&T. I think according to quarterly theory, Asia starts here, so I could actually mark it out like this. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to mark it out like this. Anyway, we have S&T with Asia High. And then check this out. Now, originally I noticed this as a 5-minute change in state, which is nice, but not nearly as nice as the 1-minute change in state. So here's the 5-minute change in state. And you can see how we pop up into this, and then we deliver lower. And we also swept out this high. Actually, you know what? Let's actually mark it out like this. So, with sweep of Asia, S&T with Asia, we get a 5-minute change in state. And then if we measure out this from here to here, would you look at that? 4th standard deviation perfectly. This right here, guys, this is what a good trade looks like. Sweep of Asia with S&T, and then, yeah, all take profits get hit. This is like a, this is just when when you take a trade like this, you're in line with the market. Because this is exactly what it's going to do. It's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to go sweep Asia, change state, come back up, retest it, and then deliver lower. And I'm curious if we had a 1-hour key level. We probably did. But even if we didn't, that's fine. And also, guys, you may have seen in the Discord I was talking about how right now I had to take out the fan on my laptop because it was making this crazy whirring sound, and it was really bad. So I took out the fan, and I ordered a new fan on Amazon. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of like, hopefully my laptop doesn't explode. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not even going to lie, guys. I feel like this is just one of those situations where, based off of context, this is just a good change of state. I don't know. I don't really think we need a 1-hour gap or anything like that. But there might be one. It's a 1-hour, kind of like a 1-hour rejection block here. It's not obvious. Maybe you could say this was I don't really know, honestly. I'm just going to consider this just a regular change state delivery and not a whole market maker model. Does that make sense? So I'd just be taking this as a change in state. No higher time frame key level because I don't know where it is. Accumulation, sweep of Asia. Look how simple this is, guys. Look how such a simple trade this is. Accumulation, manipulation of Asia High. The secret is being alert and being aware and feeling good. And, I need to work on feeling good more of the time. I'm making a couple changes once again going into this next week where, I'm going to try and really cut back on energy drinks when I'm not besides for gym and trading, I'm gonna try and cut back because I have like a ton of energy drinks, and honestly, I think it's just making me feel like crap. And there's a couple of things I'm cutting back on, and in general, like just slowly trying to adjust things to get to the point where I can be the trader I want to be, and be able to feel good so I can trade good, right? That was clean, guys. You guys see how clean this is? Accumulation, manipulation, 5-minute change in state, come up, retest, stop loss at the end of the bodies here. That's where I would put stop loss. And it's just that simple, guys, right? Change in state, retest, delivery lower. And let's see if we had a liquidity pool here. I actually don't know, but it doesn't really matter. But once again, trading is probabilities. Would I have known this was going to happen? No, I would not have known. But it's a model. It's a model that, we target old highs and old lows using entry model, right? That's what we're doing. It's actually, it's not even a model. It's just AMD, right? The market just moves on AMD. That's what it is. Identify accumulation, identify manipulation, get on side with distribution. So 5-minute change to delivery. And I'm going to be kind of feeling my laptop to see if it's getting too hot. Hopefully it doesn't, but I could try plugging my fan back in if I need to. I think it's okay right now, but once again, it's not ideal. I think maybe there's a way to, my mom gave me this cooling pad, but I can't figure out how to plug it in is the only thing, because this would be working. This would be pretty nice. Yeah, I just don't want my laptop to overheat. I don't know. I gotta be thoughtful here. I'll think about it. If it gets really bad, I'll just end the stream. But anyway, I think right now it's okay. I could also put the fan back in and see if it's working now. I don't know. I think right now we're fine. So, kind of cool, right? Nice little trade here. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. This was at 3 a.m. Was that during a macro? Well, we delivered lower during this macro. That's kind of cool. But as far as this trade being in a macro, I don't think there was one. So, right, I'm going to save this in Friday at 3 a.m., 3 o'clock a.m. This was a 5-minute CISD. No, this was a CISD retest, and then on the 5-minute, and that was it. Boom. And I'm not calling it flow state because I don't know what key level to use for it. So this is what I saved it as right here. Check this out, right? So I just called it 3 o'clock CISD retest. 5-minute. And yeah, there we go. Now it's saved. And I did order a new fan, so it just charged me. So hopefully that can fix my laptop, but we'll see. We'll see if it does or not. Okay, let's keep going. It was also a 2022 model, right? It always usually is. You could also mark it out as a, let's see. Let's go pull up. Oh, you know what else? What was that? 130? So guys, this is why true opens are useful, because what happened? We manipulate above 130, which is our London session true open. right? 130 is our London session true open, and note how that's where the optimal entry ended up being. Very, very, very cool. So there's our London true session open, and yeah, you could do. Trying to think of how you could take this. Maybe just this is a 1 minute change instead of delivery. And the nice thing about it is you're entering right above the true session open. You can put stop loss here. That's the key right there. Above true session open, that's perfect entry. And then let's go ahead and let's measure out standard deviations. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one also hits the 4th standard deviation, but nothing too crazy. So, bang. There is there's a manipulation leg. Accumulation, manipulation, 1 minute change in state, and then you just gotta have conviction. So yeah, whenever you have an entry that's right above a session open, that's usually pretty nice. So screenshot that. So 306 CISD retest, 1 minute. And I'm curious, maybe there was a 15-minute key level, right? I don't see one, so it's whatever. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let's look at something else. Very similarly, we had accumulation, manipulation, distribution going into 2 a.m. But look at how this made low of the day, and then we expanded higher. There probably was I'm filling my laptop just to make sure that it's not getting too bad. Okay, we should be good. So yeah, we already looked at that. So yeah, I guess we could take a look at maybe there was an Asia long, right? We had a SMT with this low. So yeah, here we get SMT. And then, this is just very obvious accumulation. Nice low resistance highs here. And so we get SMT with a sweep. So here's the LRLR. And then like I was saying, right, we could find an entry. Let's see, was there a higher time frame key level? One hour gap. Oh, hey, that's what was used here too. Kind of cool. Look at how this was a reclaimed 1 hour gap. Not just here, but also way later on in the day. That's kind of cool. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to how the bodies respond for value gaps. I feel like my laptop still feels fine. If it starts to get a little hotter, then I'd probably stop. Yeah, 1 hour for value gap. This is very clear. I mean, this was clean. This is really clean. And then, 5-minute change in state on this candle. I would enter on a close. So here's low resistance highs. I'll just take profit probably at the end of this high. Because why do you need to take profit further or higher than that? Probably just take profit there. Actually, maybe the lesson here is you actually take profit at the end of the bodies here. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid place to take profit. Yeah, you could literally just take profit at the end of the bodies. That's a safe way to go. So accumulation, low resistance highs. This is how I would do it. Low resistance highs. And there's middle line. Yeah, 1 hour for value gap. Low resistance highs here. And then we run up to those low resistance highs. And the way we get in is we take our aligned time frame change in state of delivery. So a 5-minute change in state. Bang. And also note how this was an inversion, right? An inversion for value gap. Let's actually make this darker. And actually I changed my mind. Let's get rid of the middle line. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So once again, how I would take this is enter on the close, stop loss kind of below the swing low. I target the end of the LRLR. So nice little 1.7 to 1. Could I have held on more? Honestly, yeah. One worry I have is I think that I would consider holding even higher than like all these equal highs, and clearly that would not have took profit. So I would go TP1 here. This is a safe way to go. TP1 and then TP2. At the end of those bodies. That's actually a really nice trade because look at the RR you get on that, right? So there's TP2, bang, and yeah, just clear buy model, right? Accumulation. Manipulation with SMT, 5-minute change in state. Sure, you could take that, but I wouldn't. I would wait for this, and then bang. TP2 is final take profit. Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot this. Once again, this is another nice liquidity pool here, so that's why I would consider holding it. So far my computer's still doing good, but we'll just have to see. So yeah, accumulation, manipulation, 5-minute change of state, up to those highs. You could have taken this as an inverse value gap. We'll mark that, we'll show that. So 23.55. So this would actually be on Thursday. Let's go ahead and put this on Thursday. 23-55, 1 hour, 5 minute. Wait, no, flow state, yeah, flow state close, 1 hour, 5 minute. Okay, and then yeah, we could take this as an inversion for value gap where 15-minute got a 3-candle inversion. So just like, you know, one of your most basic trades ever, right? We have an inversion for value gap, delivering from a gap with SMT. So then all you do is enter out the inversion for value gap, and same thing, but this time you get way better RR. And you can put stop loss at that wick there. And that's a 4.6 to 1. That's actually so nice. Hey, what up? Valentine. That is Valentine someone you know? Is Valentine your girl? Awesome, bro. Well, I say hi to Valentine. How's it going, man? I really like this. This was clean. Just, once again, what's the key to any trade? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Past that, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. The market's moving off of accumulation, manipulation, and then distributing. That's it. That's all it is. That's the market as a whole. So I don't care about anything else. AMD is all that matters. So then we get the 15. This is a 15-minute IPG. Once again, you just, with these inverse value gaps, you just kind of have to play your cards. You don't know for sure if it's gonna work out, but when you take a trade like this, you just gotta take it as is. You just gotta accept the risk and take it, because, you know, like I said, you don't know if it's gonna work out, but you just gotta take that risk. And this ended up playing out very nicely. Very nice SMT as well. So let's go ahead and screenshot that. 15-minute inversion for value gap. Very simple trade here at 22.30 on Thursday. So go ahead and put that here. 22.30 IPG, 15-minute. Now you could have also taken a Jan entry, right? Where, let's say you did not like the initial close. Let's say, okay, I'll take it if we get a pullback. Look at that, man. Let's say you take it as a Jan entry on the retest of the BPR. That'd be crazy RR. Something worth noting, right? So there's the Jan entry. But guys, at the end of the day, trading is a mirror. No matter how much we see all this stuff, if we can't be in the right mindset at the time of our trade, then it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. You got to be able to be at the right frame of mind. And so the market's a mirror. It's going to reflect on you. It's going to reflect back on you what you've been doing in your life. Don't ask me how, it just does. So that's a big reason for why, you know, I struggle so much sometimes. Is because, not because I don't know what I'm doing, but because I accidentally locked it. But because, you know, self-control, like not taking setups that aren't as good, you know, that kind of stuff. So, okay, there we go. Liquidity pool, accumulation, manipulation, 15-minute inversion for value gap, Jan entry, and then bang. Clean stuff. So 23.15 on Thursday. Let's feel my laptop. Still warm, not necessarily hot. I think we're okay. 23.15 IPG-J 15-minute, and yeah, save that. Let's go ahead and look for some more opportunities. Once again, I find it very cool that this 1 hour reclaimed for value gap never failed. This 1 hour, what do I mean by reclaimed? It never failed because the wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. This is a reclaimed gap because we were holding it with the bodies, even though the wicks did damage into it, right? So it's reclaimed because it's used more than once. It's used 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So it's a reclaimed for value gap, used more than once. So what's cool is that we could take a 5-minute change of state off of this. So, snipping tool. Oh, your brother, Valentine. I thought you were saying, hey, my brother. I thought you were saying, hey, my brother, and then Valentine says hi. I read that wrong. I read that so wrong. All right, let's put this in Friday. 1 hour reclaimed FVG. So the cool thing about this is once you get this 5 a.m. candle close, it's very clear the market's going to end up respecting it, right? So 1, 2, and then 3. We respected the third time, and at this point we know this changes to delivery is going to be very sensitive, right? It's like it's almost too obvious in hindsight, right? It's almost too obvious, especially because of the daily profile and the fact that we swept out Asia lows. I mean, it almost makes me mad how obvious it is. Because, you know, if I could just, like I said, the market's a mirror. If I could just show up and not be tired, do everything I'm supposed to do every day, show up, literally just show up and feel good and be in the right mindset and do my pre-market analysis, and if I can just do all that, I'm going to be able to catch trades like this. The issue is I don't feel good. I you know, sometimes I overeat and I'm like, dude, why am I overeating? I'm literally like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like it all bleeds into your trading. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why can't I just, why does it have to be like this? It doesn't, right? It doesn't. Just got to keep working at it. And then, yeah, we dipped below midnight as well and below 7:30, which was the true session open. But the key one here was midnight. So midnight, true day open. And yeah, you can see how that was a nice level to enter, right? It was aligned with the fair value gap as well. So I'd actually mark out the manipulation. I'd put stop loss at the end of the body here, right? Because I would not expect this to go below the body. And then I'd measure out standard deviations like that. So from the body to the body, I go like this. 2, 3, 4, bang. 4th standard deviation hit perfectly, right? Now, I wish it was easier to catch this live, but we just got to keep going. So this is essentially how you could take this, right? Accumulation, 1 hour reclaimed for value gap, sweep of Asia low. You could honestly also just use this for bias, right? You don't have to take this as a, higher time frame trade. You could just use this for bias, and then get in. I think I already have this trade figured out. Oh, man, I think before I couldn't figure out what key level to use, but now it's very obvious it was a 1 hour gap, reclaimed gap. So let's go ahead and screenshot that. So 1 hour reclaimed for value gap, and then 5-minute change in state. This was on Friday, 9:35. Oh, hey, I guess I did figure out that it was a 1 hour key level. 9:35, flow state, retest, 1 hour, 5-minute. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how much opportunity there is, but, sometimes it's not always easy to get in on that. Like, for instance, even just entering this as an inversion for value gap, where we dip below midnight, I don't know if I totally love it, but 1 hour gap, inversion. Yeah, I guess, honestly, inversion for value gap like this was fine, right? This was fine. We inverse this for value gap. So nice 15-minute inversion for value gap. So simple yet so effective. And then we go up to these highs here, right? That's honestly, I would take profit at this high. That's a 1.9. Once again, a lot of time on these inversions, sometimes you can't go break even too soon. And that's something that I'm realizing is you got to sometimes you just got to let yourself have that wiggle room, that freedom, because if you don't, then you're gonna, it's gonna be issues. And in this situation, I would not put stop loss at the low of this candle because that's just too big. The low of this candle doesn't make sense. I put it at the swing low, right? That's just what I would do in this specific situation. And then TP. Yeah. So what is that? 15-minute inversion for value gap. And then we swept out Asia low. Bang. And I'd personally wait for that candle closure because this one has a long wick. And then at that point it'd be pretty obvious to me that we're gonna go higher. And I would not go break even. I would not go break even until I just probably wouldn't go break even until we at least come all the way up here. I'd probably scale out. I'd probably do some here and then some here. Realistically, right? One thing I'm realizing is if you want to actually get good trades, you have to give yourself the wiggle room. You can't go break even too soon. Obviously, break even is a good thing for when you shouldn't come back to break even, but at this point, it's possible that we could come back to break even, and that's what happens, right? So you have to give yourself that wiggle room when it's needed. So, 15-minute inversion for value gap. $6 a.m. IPG 15-minute. Okay, let's feel my computer. Still warm, not really hot, but it's definitely warm. I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not running like a ton of stuff. I'm just streaming with TradingView and that's it. I liked this 15-minute inversion for value gap. Once again, you can't go break even too soon, otherwise you get break evened out. And then you scale out. Maybe just go all off with this 15-minute inversion for value gap. This is one where you go all off And once again, why is this nice? Because we sweep out lows here. This is, a nice little pop below the lows. So how is this AMD? Well, this is accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Only thing is, stop loss is it's like so wide. That is one thing I don't like about this. So maybe I wouldn't take it. Yeah, probably not. It's just too wide of a stop loss. But what you could do maybe, well, you know what? We'll just mark it out just for future reference, right? Just to say that we marked it out. So since this is a giant range, I'm going to measure out the range, find where the liquidity is. I'm not convinced that was it. Yeah, see. Make sure you measure out the range correctly, right? Because if you don't, then you're going to get messed up. Okay, so this right here, this is exactly where you would target. I would target right here. Yeah, very important you measure out the range correctly. And then what happens? We run up to that liquidity pool perfectly, right? So, bang. 15-minute inversion. Once again, sometimes with these inversions, you got to give yourself some wiggle room and not go break even too soon. I honestly, personally would say, because of the momentum, I'd put stop here. And once again, it just depends on context. Sometimes you just got to give yourself more wiggle room. This easily, it's kind of scary, but this ended up working out. So, nice little A accumulation. Once again, it's all AMD, guys. That's all these markets are, is AMD. Identify where's the market accumulating, i.e. where's the stop losses, where did we manipulate people out, and then get on side with distribution. That's it. That's all trading is. So accumulation, manipulation. And obviously you could target here, but past this I'd go break even, and then I'd definitely get break evened out. Just being realistic, right? So there's a 15-minute inversion for buy gap. Yeah, once again, that's a massive liquidity pool. It's one place you could target. Curious if we had SMT there. Oh, we do. We do. Yeah, that's a good reason to be long. That is a good reason. So yeah, SMT there, bang. So SMT. Once again, you could have held longer, but you would just, probably have gotten break evened out. I'm just being realistic. If you held longer, you'd probably get break evened out. So 15:30. What day was this? Wednesday? IFG 15-minute. Okay. Hey, what up, Adrian? I got all quiet right as someone joined. What's up, bro? I was talking a little bit earlier, but I just got a little quieter. Do I use order flow? I want to get better with order flow. I think it's really helpful and beneficial, but I'm still getting better with it. Okay, what other opportunities were there this week? Right? Let's go back down the 5-minute chart. I think some of the highest probability trades are usually just the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart just provides an insane amount of opportunity. There honestly probably was opportunity on Wednesday, and I know that it was one of those days where it's like, oh, come on, that day was just crap. That was crappy price action. But let's actually take a look at it, right? I want to give days the benefit of the doubt. I want to, really understand like what happened and could we have taken advantage of it. So on a Wednesday, we actually, wow, this is really interesting. We actually almost came up to all-time highs. We had viewed purely off of retail confluences like FVG or OBs. I go off of AMD, right? So identify where the market consolidate, identify where the market manipulated, use one of usually 3 or 4 entry models to target using to take a trade the opposite direction to get on side with distribution. I think order flow is very important, bro. I do. Yeah, exactly, bro. Okay, so one thing to note is we take out all these highs. Man, I feel like this is really, really interesting. So look at how this is something to take note of, right? We have a rejection block at all-time highs, and I just want to point this out just to show you how powerful rejection blocks are here, right? Rejection block, and then this was a giant liquidity pool. So, bang, drag this over. Whoops. So 1 hour rejection block, consequent encroachment tapped perfectly, by the way. Let's see if there was SMT with that high. That'd be so interesting. There literally was. For all my people who say Phoenix model is not good, bro. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever said that to me, but in case you think that it's not good, explain the precision of these rejection blocks. You know what I mean? Okay, so one hour key level. So I actually do think there was opportunity, and it's crazy because no one else is gonna see this kind of stuff, because they're not going into the charts and seeing what actually happened. But me, I go into the charts. I actually look and say, okay, what actually happened? We had a 1 hour rejection block. We had a liquidity sweep with S&T. Okay, now let's see. So this is our 1 hour PD array, right? At all-time highs. It is scary because it's at all-time highs. But let's go ahead and drop down to the lower time frame and just look at that, right? This is the market in the moment. It might seem like it's not making sense, but there's always a reason for why it did what it did. There's always a reason, right? Here in this case, we had break of structure. Once again, liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then this is also a change of state of delivery, right? So liquidity sweep, break of structure, 5-minute change of state of delivery. We perfectly run up into that, right? These are things we got to pay attention to. The market is going to tell you exactly why it's doing everything that it's doing. In the moment, it might not make sense, but in hindsight, there's always a reason. And so we got to find those reasons. We got to understand what happened and learn from it, not just say, oh, the market was just hard today. No, there's a reason for why it did what it did, right? 5-minute change in state. We can measure out the order block here. Oh my gosh, that was almost perfect. Wait. Yeah, you could take it like that. Oh my gosh, bro. That's pretty cool. I can't lie. So, you might be wondering, okay, where's accumulation, right? It's all about accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's the key. So here's accumulation, right? This whole range was accumulation. Notice the low resistance lows. Low resistance lows here. Man, I wish I saw that in the moment. It was also 2022 model, right? So 1 hour rejection block, consequent encroachment, tap perfectly. And then we had essentially we had a 5-minute 2022 gap in premium, right? So 5-minute 2022 gap, 5-minute change of state with SMT. So accumulation, let's drag this over. Accumulation, CE tap perfectly. Manipulation, and then distribution, right? We get in on either this 2022 gap or change in state. We have low resistance lows. We drill through those lows, by the way. Notice how every single gap is delivering price lower. That's how you know you're in line with the market. So 2022 gap, 1 hour rejection block. So there actually was opportunity today. I think NQ can go and break on the 15-minute highs, then go for sell side. Are you talking about right now? Yeah, I don't know about what's going on right this exact second. I'm just kind of back testing and looking at price action. But I could see, I could take a look at what's going on right now, possibly. So let's mark this out as a 5-minute CSD. Okay, so screenshot this. So I'm feeling my computer again. It's still not hot, but it's not cold either. It's just warm. It's warm. Once again, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I had to take out the fan out of my computer because it was making this crazy sound, and I ordered a new one, but until then, I'm just kind of monitoring the heat. It's feeling fine, but, we'll just have to keep playing it by ear. So, 10:20, okay. Wednesday, 10:20. Once again, guys, so much of the market is just being able to control yourself to take a trade and accept risk and then not care about the outcome. And that's where what I mean when I say the market's a mirror. It's like, if you can't be in control of yourself to be able to do that, you're not going to be able to take a good, successful trade. And it's not easy. Because you can't care about the outcome. You just got to take a trade, accept it, and run with it. So 10:20 flow state, retest, 1 hour, 5-minute. And then we can also call this a 2022 model. Alright, we measure out this. We actually measure out this whole thing. Why not? And then we come back to equilibrium. Was it the CPU fan? Yeah. You think it's a bad idea, Snowman? I should probably just not. But the only thing is I want to be able to use my computer. I don't know. I guess I'll just end it on the stream right now. I don't know. I could try putting the fan back in, but it's just gonna make a terrible sound. It might be fixed now. I don't know, to be honest. But it's not feeling too hot right now. But so I'll just mark this out as a 2022 model. I think it's okay right now, but The noise is the ball bearings worn out. Oh, really? Oh. So, you think if me just buying a new fan should fix it, right? Alright, okay. Alright, Snowman, I trust you, bro. I trust you. The only thing is, I want to be able to stream tomorrow. Oh, man. I'm feeling it. It's not hot. It's just slightly warm. It's not even hot. I was a tech for Philip Morris. Oh dang. Like it's not hot though. But yeah, I already ordered a new fan, so I don't know how to replace it is the thing. I gotta figure it out. But I'm excited for it, Adrian. I'm excited for it. I mean, the new fan is coming, if that's the thing. I don't know. I kind of think it's okay. But my mom gave me this cooling pad, but it's not. I can't figure out. I don't think it has a cord to it. If I could just find the cord to it, I could use this. That might be part of the solution, right? But I don't know. You just need to monitor your CPU temperature. I use a program called HW Monitor. Well, I can monitor it pretty well by feeling how hot it is. It's not too hot. It's actually pretty, like, it's not hot at all. It's just like slightly warm. I don't think it's a big deal, honestly. I think I just gotta, once I get the fan, I think I just gotta put the fan in as soon as possible. So... But, yeah, I think the old fan is completely useless now, Snowman, because I took it out. I took out the old fan. And, yeah, I guess the bearings are bad now. I don't know what that means, but... but, yeah, I guess the ball bearings are bad now. Or whatever. I don't know what that means, like, being totally honest. Okay, anyway... I'm just going to keep going. I'll go for a little bit longer, and then I guess I should probably, not work my computer too much. Should give it a little break, and then I'll probably trade tomorrow, and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then just once it comes, I'm going to use it as fast as possible. Or once it comes, I'm going to install the fan as fast as possible. So, okay, anyway. This is kind of cool, right? We have this 5-minute gap. And then I'm wondering if we had 30-second change in state. Whoops. If you turn the fan blades, does it make noise? I took the fan out, bro. This is the fan. I took it out. And yeah, turn the fan blades. It doesn't make noise right now, but if I turn it when it's connected to the fan thing, it does. You know what? I should try putting it back in. Actually, I should probably do it later. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll try it later. Put it on the ice. I know, that's what I was thinking. Like I could just put it on like something cold. Okay, guys, what do we look at now? I know there was what's his face? Dino took this trade this long where it was I think it was right here. Put it back in? No, it's so bad, bro. It's so bad, bro. It's not okay. I mean, I know you're saying that now, but it's really bad. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just. I think it's okay, dude. I really do think it's okay. So I don't know. I gotta keep backtesting. Let's see. I feel like I'm losing momentum now. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm losing momentum. I was making good progress earlier, but I don't know. I kind of got distracted with the fan. We should look at something though. Oh yeah, this trade. So this was the trade that Dino took. Dino really liked it. It's very simple. Nice. Once again, I just don't know if it's the type of trade for me. I don't think it is. I wouldn't take it, but you know what? Good for Dino that he took this inversion, I guess. It's not obvious enough to me. But oh, here's something. We came back and we clearly respect this 5-minute gap. The fan doesn't like the inside of the laptop. Something like that, bro. Something like that. Yeah, look at how much opportunity there is every single day. We had a 5-minute gap here. 8:49. Then we end up getting SMT here. I want to get as fast as possible at determining if something's a 90-minute SMT. This one, partial 90-minute SMT. Because it's not with the low of the quarter, but partial with a low of the quarter. So I mark this out with percents. Yeah, guys, I feel like I'm losing momentum. I'm sorry. I don't know how this always happens. But then, 30-second change in state, right? And then we induce this low. Yeah, guys, I'm honestly kind of annoyed. I feel like I'm losing momentum. Did I record this trade already? Fan is harassed by the CPU. Yeah, maybe I'll just call it for now. I think just doing short, quick back testing sessions is okay. But I don't want to burn out the CPU, so I guess I might just end it, to be honest. I hope the fan is easy to install when I get it. But I don't know. Let's see when it even comes. When does the fan even come? Let's look. And also, did I record this trade yet? What time would this be at? 9:47. I recorded it as a 2022 model, but not a flow state. Okay. So yeah, we had a 5-minute gap, SMT, 90-minute sweep. Not the actual low, so I'll mark it out like this. Honestly, it's not obvious enough. I'm going to just mark it out as a regular sweep. So accumulation, right? It's all accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's the secret. That's the secret to trading. Accumulation. Now, I guess there kind of was a gap here, so maybe not super obvious, but still, I'm just going to mark it out. Yeah, that's clean. Nice. Whoops. Yeah, I think it's fine right now. But I was gonna check when the fan comes. I lose my train of thought so easily. Let's see. Okay, well, it's not necessarily soon. Like a week, maybe less. Whatever. Yeah, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like I'm losing steam right now. I'm losing momentum. The computer thing distracted me. Now I'm scared, bro. Now I'm scared. I'm thinking about the computer, not backtesting. It's probably fine. I can feel it. It's not too bad. So. But if, in all honesty, this is kind of the end of the accumulation. Anyway. So this was on Friday, right? Or Thursday. Oh, maybe I did have it already in here. 9:48. Yeah, I had a very similar version with a 15-minute gap. Okay, 9:48. Flow state retest. 5 minute, 30-second. I'm still gonna be streaming on Monday and throughout this entire week, so. Backtesting what? Trading, bro. Backtesting, it's all accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's all the markets are. So I take one of 3 or 4 entries to get on side with distribution in the markets, in financial markets. And past that, I don't care what entry model I use. I need to identify the accumulation, identify the manipulation, get on side with distribution. No worries, treat some ice cream to the laptop till then. Bro, you're funny. You are funny. Adrian, you're a funny guy. I'm getting better at explaining the strategy. I literally have to explain it every 2 seconds. Someone's like, "What do you But what strategy, bro? It's just how the markets move. It's generating of stop losses, manipulation of stop losses, getting on side with the distribution of the liquidity, right? And then using one of 3 entry models or one of 4. Okay. I guess maybe we could look at Tuesday more. I feel like, or we could look at Wednesday more actually. Yeah, right. So we're kind of understanding Wednesday a little bit better on a deeper level. We had a 1-hour rejection block. We might have even had a 15-minute rejection block. Let's actually check. So you guys might be wondering why on Wednesday, why did we come up all the way to all-time highs and then not actually continue higher? Well, we had this rejection block. And so the 15-minute one was useless. It was the 1-hour one that was relevant. So right from here to here, 1-hour rejection block. And so there we go. That's our key level. See how we perfectly tap consequent encroachment, right? So 1-hour rejection block. So from here we can frame a sell model. High resistant liquidity conditions, right? So one thing we could do is we could try and determine that this is probably high resistant liquidity. I mean, it's not easy to do, but maybe. One thing I like to do is mark out that it's like a high resistant liquidity curve and kind of use this as a confluence, right? because every single time we come up here, we fail. Once again, I like to fade everyone else. So 5-minute gap, 5-minute gap, 5-minute gap, and eventually we deliver down to sell side. Your smile's super cute, man. Keep smiling. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Power of 3. Exactly. Power of 3. Look for accumulation, then manipulation, then distribution. Right now, I'm just kind of looking at whatever, though. So, okay. So this, right? Here's a sweep. So, accumulation, manipulation, here's 30-second change in state. Right? Once again, what is this? This is a high resistant liquidity curve. So, every time we try and come up to it, we're getting rejected. High resistant liquidity. Time frame analysis and entry? What? What are you saying? Okay, I'm curious if we measure this out. Okay. I just think it's so cool how, like, you can just find trades on any time frame. You are like mini ICT. Bro, really? You think? You mini ICT? Bro, what? I appreciate that. That's a really nice compliment, bro. Right? So each one of these is its own model. 5-minute, 30-second, 5-minute, 30-second. High resistant liquidity curve, right? So accumulation. Bro, that's like one of the nicest things you could probably say. I'm a mini ICT. Do you know about mitigation block? I didn't understand it well. Yeah, I know about mitigation blocks. Honestly, they're not that important. Like, whether you call them mitigation block or sometimes I honestly call mitigation blocks order blocks. And do I really care? No, because I don't care if it's technically an order block or a mitigation block. As long as I understand the concept, that's what matters to me, right? I don't care if I call it a mitigation block or an order block. But a mitigation block, bro, it's like, I'll show you. Anyway, my point is that these gaps, people are trying to long. Okay, my point with this is, I'm going to actually just get rid of all this. This is kind of overkill, right? This is kind of overkill. My point with this is that each time we come up to this curve, we're actually within a gap, and it gets rejected by the gap. It gets rejected by the gap. It gets rejected by the gap. And all this was high resistant liquidity conditions. We were rejecting price had each of these 5-minute gaps, even though it's basically inducing people to go long, right? People think we're ready to go higher, but in reality, it's high resistant liquidity. And each gap rejects price to go lower. So pay attention to that, right? If you're in high resistant liquidity conditions, stop trying to long, period, right? If we're in high resistant liquidity conditions, don't go against those. Trade with the high resistant liquidity, right? It's not an easy thing to understand, but over time, if you can understand it, it's like a superpower, right? Because everyone's like, how did you know to be bearish? It looked like we were going to go higher because it was a high resistant liquidity curve, right? And each fair value gap rejects price to go lower. And then eventually we get an obvious market structure shift, and only then do we continue and switch to go higher, right? Pay attention to this, guys. Pay attention to when the market is in high resistant liquidity conditions and trade according to those conditions, respectively. Or just don't trade them. You don't need to trade high resistant liquidity if you don't want to. No one's forcing you to. Okay, my computer's getting kind of warm. I'm probably gonna end the stream here, guys. It's getting a little too warm. It's not super hot. It's fine, but I'm gonna probably end it. So this was on Wednesday. Yeah, a short little backtesting stream, but still good. I might try and plug the fan back in, but not till later. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the stream, and I'm probably just gonna do short little backtesting sessions here and there. Oh my gosh, 11 watching. Bro, that's crazy. I want to keep going, but it's definitely kind of warm. Once again, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, right now my laptop, I had to get rid of the fan. I had to take it out because it was making this terrible noise. And I took out the fan, and I'm trying to be smart about it. So I'm probably going to end the stream here. Not having super long backtesting sessions because I'm just trying to be smart about it while I get a new fan. I ordered a new fan, so. Okay, I'm probably going to end the stream here. But I'm still going to be trading this week. I just got to figure out. Maybe I can fix the old fan I have. We'll see. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. 11 watching. That's crazy. But, yeah, I'm going to end the stream here, so. Peace out.